Hey guys, it's Clay. We're back here again with another 2011 review. And this one, boys, I've been waiting to bring this one to you for a while now. This is my KustomWorx LLC Vulcan 2011. And y'all, that thing right there, that is got to be the prettiest 2011 in the game. And I'm happy to be one of the first people to share this one with you. Um, as I always do, let's head back to the desktop and do just kind of quick walk around on this one since I didn't get a chance to do this one right out of the box. So we'll do that, walk through the tech specs, and then we'll come back to the range and then we'll go through the grading scale. See you in a bit. Cheers. Hey guys, it's Clay. We're back here at the desktop and we're going to do a quick walk around of all the specs of this build. We'll go through, our normal fitment test, and then I'll show you what you get in your bag, and then we'll send it back out to the range and finish up the grading on this gun. So let's jump right into it. So moving to the front of the gun, as we always do, this has got a flush cut reverse crown bull barrel. It's got a keyed reverse plug. It's got a toolless guide rod with a 9-pound recoil spring in it. And as you can see, everything is just buttoned up here real nice. Moving to the top of the gun, this has got a 4/16 stainless steel black nitrided slide with V10 porting. We'll get into how the ports feel in the shootability portion of the grading scale. It's got a high polished bull barrel. Once again, the direct mounted 507 comp directly to the slide, no optics plate. This is what these 3 Sigma slides are known for. You come back down to the gun. This is the frame on this guy is 17/4 stainless steel with a high, this isn't even considered mirrored in Scott's eyes, but this is, my mind, it's mirrored because I can see myself when I look into it. But there's another option for an additional polishing, mirror polishing option on this build, but I just elected to go with Scott's basic polishing job, which is amazing. And then we're moving on to, it's got all Wilson combat internals. We got Atlas high rad thumb safeties. We've got Scott's one-piece trigger that he does. We've got an X300 Surefire Ultra sitting on here with the B model. And then my favorite part of outside of the polishing work is this grip right here. And this is what really kind of took so long for me to bring this one to you. So let me show you what the original grip looked like. So when I got this in a while back ago, Scott, had reached out to me, and I was super excited. I was like, dude, this gun is amazing. At the time, I also didn't have my Prius. I got this first. And, I told him, I was like, hey, this grip texture, I love the gun. I said, but this grip texture is a little bit too smooth for my liking. And so he said, yeah, that's what the feedback we got from our range day. He was, I'm working on a new grip texture. He had sent me a photo of just kind of like the prototype. And I was waiting on getting that whenever he got this one completely buttoned up and finished. I was waiting. This is what took so long to get this review, was I was waiting on this grip. He sent me this grip, guys. This is how great this man is. He sent me this grip free of charge. I did not pay for this grip. He wanted me to be happy. He wants his customers to be happy, and this is going to be the new texture design going forward. Just could not be more happy with the way that he has been responsive to all of the customer feedback. But look at this, guys. This thing is absolutely stunning. It's all aluminum. It's got a non-functional grip safety, and it's very similar to the E2 ergos on this grip, but the black Cerakote inlay with the high polish points on this thing, with this stainless steel high polished magwell that he makes as well. Another part of the feedback that I gave him was there was a little bit of play in the magwell to the grip. So I asked him to add a set screw here. Hayes Customs does this as well on their magwells. Button this all up real super tight, y'all. This thing is just gorgeous, guys. I mean, hopefully this is really coming through and we're not getting too many glare off of the lighting here, but just look how pretty this gun is, y'all. And moving on to, so that's all the kind of the the high point specs. It's got a, like I said, 9-pound main and a 15, or excuse me, it's got a 9-pound recoil spring and a 15-pound main, just in case for spring purposes. I got to shoot an Atlas Titan a couple weeks ago, y'all. And the dude that came over to my house, he's shot a ton of high-end Gucci guns. Of all the guns that in my collection, this is the one that he wanted to see. This is the one he was drawn to, obviously, but it didn't have the old, it still had the old grip texture on it. I didn't have the new one when he shot it, but I got to shoot. Told you I'd never shot an Atlas before. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie, the gun was great. You can really tell the return to zero, but when it comes to the action on that Titan, to the Atlas, on this gun, the Atlas isn't even the same stratosphere. It's not even the same stratosphere. I would say and that's what I was trying to articulate in my Priest video. I would say the Priest and that Titan were about the same as far as action. As I showed you, very well done. And the Atlas gun is very well done. But boys, I'm telling you, neither one of them guns is like this gun. This is beyond that. I mean, this is probably 2,000-3,000 grit on these rails. You'll see it when I bust this gun open. This thing is, it is just, I don't know what a lot of people say, ball bearings, glass. It's beyond that. Like, this is anything that you guys have ever felt before, I promise you. I will take this gun every day and twice on Sunday in comparison to that Atlas. Just saying. This gun is that good, y'all. It is this is high class refinement is what this build is bringing to the table. So I just wanted to say that. But getting into the fitment, it's got, north of 3,000 rounds. I even checked the fitment on that Atlas. It's got about, like, to be fair, the Atlas and this gun, I can't remember how many rounds my buddy said he had on it, but it's about the same. It's got a little bit of wobble. So did that Atlas Titan, had a little bit of wobble. Priest is definitely tighter, still slide of frame, not by much, but it's there. Just splitting hairs, telling the truth here, y'all. Come over to the front of the gun. It's got a little bit of movement up here, but not too bad. Check barrel lock up, no movement. Move around here, press down. There's no movement, and the barrel's gun is super accurate, y'all. Take it out of battery, check the lockup right here. Just really nicely done. You cannot just beat it. We've got the grip to frame. It's got just a hair of daylight right in here, but it's about damn near perfect, y'all. I mean, I'm really something you wouldn't notice it if you weren't paying attention, but I can see it, and I've almost got to put the gun on an angle to be able to see it. But God, it's damn near perfect. All of the controls are really well fit. There's no slop, no play. I was telling you, there's that set screw here of this gun. I mean, when you sit here and do the shake test on it, I mean, it's everything on this gun is extremely solid, y'all. Now, what do you get with the gun? So, of course, you get you get a lot of personalized touch with this build, y'all. A lot of personal touches to this build. So you get your range bag, right? Well, what's cool about it is this tag. I won't show it to you because it's got some of my personal information on. But on the back side of this tag right here, it's got your name, all your specs of the gun, and it's engraved into this little metal tag. Really nicely done. Let me show you what else you get. You get 3 MBX mags. Okay, they're all, look at this. He puts your serial number and he numbers the mags. I mean, tell me who's doing that. I don't know. I haven't found one yet. You let me know when you find out. It also came with this multi-tool right here. Come with the bag. It came with this cleaning kit right here and a brush. It comes with a 13-pound Wolf recoil spring if you want to shoot plus P loads. So that is recommended. You don't want to shoot your plus Ps on this 9-pound. What else did we get that is really cool? Oh, this tech mat right here, it comes with this gun. I also got a KustomWorx t-shirt that came with it that I got to select. So you get all of this stuff, all this attention to detail in this one little package right here, guys. Like, it's really nice, man. Can't say more nice things about this Vulcan, and Scott as a human being just been outstanding to me. But we're going to send this back out to the range so we can finish our grading, and we will button this thing up. We'll see you at the range, y'all. Cheers. All right, guys, and we're back from the desktop, and let's just, without further ado, let's jump right into the categories. I do want to give just a quick disclaimer, though, real fast. So as some of you might be wondering, this looks very familiar to my Voodoo Gun Works priest. I will say that Scott is from KustomWorx, is not affiliated with Voodoo Gun Works, so he is affiliated with 3 Sigma. Scott actually is the one who manufactures the actual manufacturing of the slide and frame. So he has got CNC machines. He makes this stuff in-house. So just if anybody was wondering, he is not affiliated with Voodoo Gun Works. He has got his own business, and he is a manufacturer of these fine firearms. So now that we got that out of the way, let's jump right into the categories. Let's start off with the first one, that's design. I gave this 4.5 out of 5. This gun, boys, you saw it on the walkthrough. This thing is absolute class. It is so refined. It's got that clean aesthetic that I was talking to about on the priest. It's got the the full dust cover, which I absolutely just love on these 2011s. And boys, look at this thing. The grip design is absolutely just stunning, guys. I just love the grip design on this gun. As I did with on my priest, I docked this one just a half a point, because once again, not that these front slide serrations are bad or they're not functional. They're just, once you've got other 2011s and they've got, better functionality on the front to do press checks, it's just something, that I've got to call out. It's, I'm splitting hairs here, guys, on this one, because there's nothing technically wrong with them. It just, I wish they were a little bit deeper, and I wish there were more of them. But outside of that, once again, the design on this guy is absolutely awesome, guys. Really impressed with that. Moving on to the standout and additional features, I like to add this one. It's like, kind of, what are you bringing different to the game? What does the gun have on it that sets yourself apart from other manufacturers? And once again, because it's slide and frame is done by 3 Sigma, it's got the octagon shaped slide on it. You will see kind of that all the way pattern that goes step down, that goes all the way down, even kind of into the frame there. It's really cool. And once again, the one that makes this money, this is a direct mount. It's got that little extra material here. This is a direct mount. I got the 507 comp loaded up on her. Super easy to install the optic on these guys. This is the way. I hope more manufacturers get on board with that, putting that material out there and just doing that direct mount on there, dude. Really digging the design. 5 out of 5 on that one. Like I said, you're not going to get any more features on a 2011 unless you're going Infinity or something crazy like that. But outside of that, dude, well done. Quality of parts used, 10 out of 10. He uses Wilson Combat internal, so he does not use EGW, but he uses Wilson Combat. Here's the beautiful part about it: the slide, the frame, the barrel, the grip, the trigger is all manufactured by Scott. So that is something that when you control your own manufacturing process, you can control your tolerances and have all that as tight as you can without having different vendors and kind of getting that tolerance stacking piece that does happen on some of these 2011s from time to time, using different parts from different companies. He controls the vast majority of what goes on this gun, guys. So it's it's all him on that one. Once again, 10 out of 10. Slide to frame, I gave slide to frame on this one 4 out of 5. I will tell you that when I got it, just like I've been saying, when I got it right out of the old FFL, did my my presses, my checks on this one, it was bone tight when I got it. I'm north of, I've just shot some more rounds through it today, so I'm probably sitting about 3,400 rounds ish somewhere on this gun right now, and it has loosened up. It's still pretty, it's got a little bit of wobble in it, but it's not too bad. Once again, guys, I'm splitting hairs. I just want to be able to articulate properly on how these tolerances loosen up over time as you shoot in your gun. So once again, 4 out of 5, fantastic. Slide to frame, just note that my Priest is a little bit tighter, you know, but it's got about 1,000 less rounds on it, but you know, just something to note as well. Moving on to the barrel lock, 5 out of 5. You do your press checks, do this piece, push down on your barrel. You can check up on the front. There's no movement whatsoever. Barrel lock up on this gun. You know, I was showing you my Priest as well. You take the gun out of battery and you just, it's got a nice little lockup right there on the hood. Beautifully done. No issues there, 5 out of 5. Grip to frame, I gave it 4.5 out of 5. If I put this gun up to the light, I can see, and once again, guys, I'm splitting hairs and being real petty here, but I can see it. There is just a sliver, just a tiny sliver of daylight right up here on the where the grip meets up to the frame. But I mean, it is just like just a smidge. Outside of that, back here is beautifully done. It's flush fit in the back up into the frame. Can't really see it. I mean, you really got to struggle to see it. That's just why I docked it a 0.5 point. Once again, I'm just calling out these little things that I can see on this firearm. I mean, these guns are very expensive, so I want to make sure that you know what you're getting for your money. Small parts fitting, super easy on this one, guys. Everything, the Atlas high ride thumb safeties, the trigger is really well fit. You'll see in part 2 when I take this gun apart, the firing pin stop is really well fit. There's no slop in that. Just all the small parts are just really well done, guys, as it should on a master gunsmith building one of these high-end 2011s. 5 out of 5, guys. Let's get in here. Blending and polishing. I'm just going to go ahead and say this right now, guys. I have not seen a blended or polished gun to this level on a 2011. You know, I said I can only tell you what I've got my hands on, but look how stunning this polishing is on this, guys. I mean, this thing is absolutely beautiful. There is not a hard edge on this gun, on the ejector, once again on the extractor side, just not a hard edge raise, but the polishing, guys, is out of this world. On his build sheet, there is another this is his basic polishing job. Basic. You can actually send it off to a company in Florida. It's additional money and they polish it even more. I mean, I can shave in this thing, dude, if I wanted to. I mean, that's how clear you can see in the polishing job that he's done on this thing. It is absolutely out of this world. It is stunning in person, guys. I had a buddy come over here and shoot a couple of my guns the other day, and this, of all the guns that I own, this was the one that he was drawn to. Just saying, it's a looker too, and it shoots fantastic. We'll get into that part too as well. Once again, 10 out of 10 on the polishing and blending. Going on to coating, I gave this one 4 out of 5 on the coating. He does not offer a PVD or a DLC, but I will say the top of my gun right here, this is actually the black nitride, and this is done by the vendor that Nighthawk Customs use, is what he was telling me. And then he offers this part of my grip is actually sprayed with Cerakote on this inlay, and then of course all the grip texture is high polish, but he offers like a brushed finish and a satin finish. He's got a bunch of different coatings and offerings and finishings that you can select from. Of course, he also has Cerakote, like I said, but just whatever you want to do, you can do your whole gun in black nitride. I mean, the world is your oyster when it comes to that, outside of PVD and DLC. But once again, I just docked him a point for that. Like I said, that's just me being me when it comes to the coating piece, but I'm a DLC guy, but you know, your mileage may vary. Controls on this, once again, one of the cool things about this build for me was when I was, vetting him, because he was new, I want to make sure I'm getting a good builder on this one. And I talked to him on the phone, and I said, hey man, asked him what type of thumb safeties he was using. I said, I'm really an Atlas high ride thumb safety guy. I said, would you be willing to fit these on my gun so I don't just have to go out and change them out myself? And he said absolutely. So I bought them and shipped them to him, and he put them on my build. I will say that when it comes to the extended mag release, I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt because I've had bad experiences with them, so I didn't get this one on the build. But then when I had got my Priest, it had that Dawson Precision extended mag release button on, and I actually really do like that. So I'm probably going to circle back around and pick one of those up and add this to this gun. But controls on this gun, 5 out of 5, man. This is everything that I would want on a gun, and don't have to change anything, which is good for me. Moving on to the trigger. So this one right here, I gave this one 4 out of 5. This is a one-piece trigger design, guys. So once again, he manufactures this in-house. The trigger on this guy is set. I asked him to do it at 2.5 pounds. So it is just got a little, it's got some take up in it, and nice clean break as you would expect on a high-end 2011. But the trigger reset is so short. That's it. I mean, it is so short on this gun. I docked it a point, so a 4 out of 5 on the trigger. And the reason why I docked it was this, on these one pieces, they're, one piece designs, there isn't really a way to really take out the pre-travel. I would like to take a little bit more of the pre-travel out, but once again, it's adequate, guys. This is just how I like to set up my guns. But once again, your mileage may vary on that one, but I really do like the trigger design on these one piece. It's got really nice texture on the front. It's really well made. Scott, once again, knocked it out of the park. Moving on to grip, texture, and ergos. So I gave this one 4 out of 5 as well. And one of the things I'll show it, the old style grip here. He had the original grip that came on this gun, man. When I was shooting it, it was just too slippery. And Scott was asking, kind of, what I thought of the gun, kind of giving him some feedback, that type of thing. And I told him, I said, hey man, if you're coming into the 2011 market, I was like, you have got to have good grip texture. I was like, it's non-negotiable. So he went back to the drawing board. He came up with this really neat design right here. You kind of got like the little squigglies, and then the front kind of shapes in the front, and then on the back it's kind of got like an E2, Chile style E2 grip where you can get really high up in the beaver tail. Really well done. I really like the ergos on this. I will tell you that the grip texture, I've got a let's see here, where's one of my prodigies. So I've got this one. This is one of my prodigies. So this is the Chile E2 standard stainless, and I would say that it's probably on the Vulcan, it's probably a step below the texture on a Chile standard. Once again, these Chiles are pretty, they're really bitey as well, but you can, it could be a little bit the texture. I'm probably going to give, if he watches this review, I'm going to ask him to go a little bit deeper in these areas, and then on the side, just not much, just a little bit more. And I think that, that get some more depth on there to give it a little bit more bite. And I think it will be absolutely perfection for the grip texture on this. But once again, shooting in hot weather down here in Bama, no issues with the gun sliding around in my hand with the new grip. So it's good to go as it is, but just giving him more feedback for him to refine his process is always important. Moving on to the tuning. Once again, guys, the gun is beautifully tuned. It's got a 15-pound main. It's got a 9-pound recoil spring in. The sear spring he tuned to perfection on the trigger weight. I mean, it's just really well done. I don't have any, once again, the gun doesn't dip. It's not oversprung, but I can tell at least shooting it and in the footage that you'll see, it just, once again, just tracks right back and, forth very flat. As long as you got good fundamentals, it'll do its thing. Moving on to, so that the tuning was 5 out of 5. Moving on to the value. The value, once again, guys, I'll say it again, 5 out of 5. This gun, as it's configured right here, is $3,540 out the door. And that's partly because I paid for the thumb safety. So I think there was like $100-something taken off for that. But so you're looking at, base model on this gun is $3,200, depending on how you configure it. I got some porting and different things that added features to it. But the base on this $3,200, dude. Everything that you want right out of the box for a 2011, guys. That when I show you part 2 on this one, this is even better than a Priest. This is an elevated, refined experience, in my opinion, when you look at what he has done. You're not going to find, I want to be clear, at this price point, at this $3,500 to $4,000 price point, you're not going to find a better made 2011 with the attention to detail that Scott has brung to this build, y'all. He serialized my magazines. He serialized every component part inside this gun. You will see it in the second part of this video for the parts walkthrough, guys. It is really impressive for the attention to detail that Scott put on this one, guys. I mean, it is, it's impeccable. It's perfection, guys. You know, I've had an opportunity to get my hands on an Atlas Gunworks Titan. So that's a $5,800 gun. Shot really great. Love the grip on it. I stand behind my review of the Priest, and I stand behind this review of the Vulcan. I will take this gun right here for a $3,500 price point versus almost a $6,000 price point. This gun right here, in my opinion, it's got a better action. It's got better blending. It's got better polishing. You know, fitment, like I said, I think the Atlas is from at least on my build, is a little bit tighter slide of frame. I will give them that. But outside of that, this gun can absolutely hang with the big boys, guys. I keep on saying I don't know what type of magic that they're doing at 3 Sigma with these sliding frames, but boys, this thing it's impressive, guys. It really, really is impressive. Whatever they're doing with these, it is a winner, man. It is an absolute winner. And at the money that you're getting it for, I'll say it again. I just don't think that between the $3,500 and $4,000 price point, between the Priest and the Vulcan, there isn't a better 2011 on the market at that price point. So I want to be clear. I've seen them. I've seen some of these mid-tier guns, man. Like I said, I got a Phoenix Trinity. I had a chance to shoot one of these Race City Defense RC9s. Once again, I'll take this dude every time, man. And the Priest. Sorry, just my opinion, man. I've been able to shoot a lot of these guns, and not all of them, but I'm getting there. And I want to be able to actually articulate like what, instead of like, oh dude, it's so rad, so cool. Like, I want to explain to you, like, yeah, I actually think that, you know, like, it's possible that a cheaper gun is actually better than some of the stuff that some of these dudes are pumping out. Once again, just my opinion on the value. Now, getting to the fun part of this video, which is the shooting experience, accuracy. You'll see it in the footage. I went back. I actually wanted to get this on camera because I didn't do it on my last Priest video. I wanted to go all the way back in my corner and shoot some, it's about 35-ish, maybe a little bit more yards away from my 12 by 20s. And dude, you can just see it. I can just sit there and just 35 yards out, just hit steel. Easy. I'm not even really trying all that hard. I mean, I think on the last one, I even tried to hit some of the smaller gong targets up there. I missed one and hit the last one. But, you know, once again, guys, like, you do your part, the Vulcan will do its, and you'll hit anything that you're aiming at, even with the porting option that's on here. It's a super accurate gun. Reliability, like I said, I've got north of 3,000 rounds on this gun. I've not had one failure to feed, one malfunction, no issues. There was no break-in period on this gun. The gun has ran flawless ever since I've gotten it. Moving on to the, once again, this is easy, the recoil management section of this review. So you got felt recoil, which is how hard does it feel that the gun hits back in your hand, kind of that sensation piece. And then muzzle flip, you know, how much dot lift do you get? If you're, you know, when you're shooting these guns, like I said, I've got V10 porting, so it's not the inline style of the Priest. So there is a different, it's got like a different feel to the recoil, the felt recoil. It kind of feels like it's just a real gentle, kind of soft wave, where the Priest it kind of just tracks a little bit different, but you can see it. They both hit in the hand about the same amount. And then of course the muzzle rise or the muzzle flip, I mean, it's just flat. Like I said, you got good grip and you hold, you know, you do your part on your grip, the gun will stay flat and it just tracks back and forth. You can see, I'll show you some footage. You can see it tracks just as flat and just as soft as my Priest. And as you know, in my previous review, you know, I gave these categories 5 out of 5. So that is it, guys, for all of my categories. You add all of those up the Vulcan comes out to a score of 94 even. The Priest came out at 90.5, I believe, on its total score. I think that this gun is a refined Priest. I think that what Scott did was he took his, sliding frame that he manufactures, and he did his own thing on this build. And there is so many different options that he's got an entire build sheet that you can pick from, different things. You can go with like a round trigger guard, you can go with the squared, you can get double undercut. The world is your oyster. Scott's his build sheet's pretty robust, so you can select some different things that you wouldn't get, like if you were ordering from, say Voodoo. But this is just a very refined, elegant, classy, beautiful. You don't have to get the polishing. I mean, you can just go straight circ, whatever you want to do. I mean, he's got a lot of different options of how you can configure the gun. The world is your oyster with this one, guys. You can go as high or low as you want. But here is the beautiful part. This is the $1 million question that everybody's going to ask. What is the lead time? Right now, a Voodoo GunWorks is 10 months. This one, boys, 49 days. That's how long it took him to build it. And that was actually over 4th of July too as well. So 49 days door to door by the time I built it out, and I got it to my FFL, and I've had it since, I think it was probably August time frame, I think somewhere in there. And so it just, I really am impressed with these guns, the Priest and this Vulcan. I don't think that you can go wrong. I know Scott is, just getting into the 2011 kind of market. And, these guns are really expensive, and you want to make sure that you're getting it from a reputable builder. I can tell you, boys, he was easy to work with. He was responsive to all of my calls and inquiries, which I didn't have a whole lot because I'm pretty laid back. I understand that it's going to take time to build these guns. You got to be patient, as I said, with this stuff. But outside of that, guys, this gun, you can buy it with confidence. It comes highly recommended for me. Like I said, if you can get your hands on a Priest, get your hands on a Priest. If you can get your hands on this Vulcan and you're in the market for a Priest and don't want to wait those long lead times, reach out to Scott Kenny, man. KustomWorx LLC. This is the Vulcan. He's also got a Defender model. He's got that in a 4 1/4 inch. So he has other lengths of barrels and different stuff. So he's got a Facebook page. He's got a website. Reach out to him. Tell him I sent you, man. I want to show him some love and support. He was really good to me. And I told him that I wanted to, as part of doing these YouTube reviews, of what's really cool is that I get to share all this stuff with you guys, and bring it to you guys for somebody who's never heard of KustomWorx LLC. So that's part of it that I get, I really enjoy helping others, to help Scott, to help you guys get yourself into an awesome 2011, guys. You cannot go wrong with this Vulcan. So that is it for this review. I promise, I have got my Jacob Gray. It is coming. I got something special for you. So that's why I was waiting on the Jacob Gray review, and I was out of town for work. But outside of that, guys, I really enjoyed this one, and we will catch you again on the next one. Cheers, y'all. All right, guys, here is the Vulcan at full speed, y'all. All right, guys, so we got the Vulcan back here. We're gonna do a couple little transitions here between my hostage targets. So we're sitting about between 10 and 12 yards out. So just everybody's situational awareness here. Here we go. Boys, I'm telling you, this right here, between this and the priest, boy, these guys right here are absolute monsters, y'all. Don't sleep on them.